Hi there. I just want to take a moment to introduce myself and let you know who I am. I consider myself to be a New England Yankee. I was born here. I live in Massachusetts and lived in New England all my life. I love this place. I love New England. I can't think of living anyplace else except right here, right in New England, right where I was born and raised. And they say that about people in New England is New Englanders don't move away, but I've had opportunity to do that. So I want to tell you a little bit about me, a little bit about myself, a little bit about my journey. I want to show you around the place that I live. I mean, I can't believe that I'm so lucky to be able to live here in this place. Um, so what I could say is like I've lived here all my life. I'm 69. I'll be 70 next June, and I've lived here. I've worked here. I've played here, vacationed here. Um, been around the place. I know a bit about the place. I love the place, and yeah, there's been good times. There's been bad times. So I'm married. I've been married. I got married here. My wife has been here all her life. She's a New Englander just as I am. We have two kids. They're both grown. They're in their 40s, and my son has 4 kids, and my daughter has 2 kids. So that gives me 6 grandchildren, evenly divided between boys and girls. It's 3 boys, 3 girls, and they're wonderful. They're New Englanders too, because they've never been anyplace else except New England. I've had opportunities to live in different places. For a while, I thought that, geez, it might be a nice idea to go live in North Carolina. North Carolina is a beautiful place. There's some nice job opportunities. It's just a really pretty place. I'll have to say that. A lot of nice stuff about North Carolina. So we went down there. We looked at houses and real estate. And I couldn't believe that we could buy such a beautiful house for the price of my house that I live here. I could have sold it and with just the equity bought a house that was twice the size and all kinds of beautiful and everything. We didn't move. We stayed right here. I'm in the same house I've lived in for 40 years. Yeah, just 40 years this year. We went to Florida. And we looked at houses in Florida. At one time, I thought it might be a good idea to flip houses. You know, you buy a house that needs to be fixed up a bit. You do some work to it, put some equity into it. You flip the house, you sell it, and we're standing around in the backyard of some of these places, and you know, we would have lived in one of them at least, and we didn't like it. You know, we didn't like the place. I mean, it was a nice house and everything, all kinds of things like that, but we didn't like Florida. We still don't like Florida. For one thing, we don't like hot weather, and we're happy for summer to end and start with our fall season. Fall in New England is drop dead gorgeous, beautiful. We're going to show you some of that. I want to show you my home. I've had options to move to Tennessee. I could have moved to Tennessee. It was like some nice opportunity there. I could have gone to Oklahoma. You know, there was a company trying to get me to move to Oklahoma. What am I going to do in Oklahoma? I could have gone to Kenosha, Wisconsin. There was a really nice job opportunity in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Some of the places that I've worked at have awarded me some nice opportunities to do a job transfer to go to some of those places, and I would have got some nice perks for that, but we're still here in New England. And one of the reasons that we're here in New England is because we love it here. We have friends in Florida. We have family in Florida. Some of my wife's family has moved down there. My sisters live down in Florida. They kind of wish that they could come back. You know, my sisters do anyway. My wife's family, they're in Florida. They're going to stay there. They like living there. but they've been there a very long time, and they like it. Good for them. Mosquitoes and bugs out here. So we go down to Florida. We go visit the family down there. We visit friends, and friends come up here to visit, and the family comes up here to visit. And, they like living there. One of the big differences in living in New England or living in Florida is the cost of living. It's a lot cheaper living in Florida than it is here. New England is expensive, I'll give you that. But I'll tell you, a lot of people say, oh, well, geez, it's winters in New England are brutal. Yeah. Summers in Florida are brutal. Summertime here is hot. We can get up into the 90s. We can hit 100 with high humidity. Like, today is a high humidity day. It's kind of a wet, almost rainy day here. It's not raining right now, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. But it's wet. Mosquitoes are out. It's in it's like 75 degrees, and it's uncomfortable. It's because of the humidity. I'm a 65 degree day. I don't mind 45 degrees. I'm a sweatshirt kind of guy. You're never going to see me dressed up in a tux or real fancy duds or anything like that. That's just not me. I'm just like, I got my work clothes on almost all the time. I like doing stuff. I like building things. I like, working out in the yard and the garden in my workshop and creating things. And I like colors and textures. And one of the things I like about exploring around New England is there's so much color, so much texture, so much diversity. It's a beautiful place. I mean, we're going to go walk around. We're going to show you. I'm going to see. I tell you what, I don't mind winter. I don't mind the snow. One of the things about me is that I get really busy in the summertime and spring and fall in doing yard work and, cleaning up the yard and the leaves and garden and There's so many things to do. When it snows and everything is frozen outside, I don't do much outside. I like the wood stove. I bring in firewood, and I kind of like the experience of coming out in the snow and clearing a pathway to my firewood and dragging in all my firewood into the house and stacking it up in the house and putting it in the wood stove and just sitting in my lazy boy chair and kick back with the firewood going. It's nice and warm, and sometimes, just shut off all the lights and, let it be dark, and the only flickering lights you have in the house is from the firewood. And, oh man, that's so beautiful. I just love that. Some parts of New England, I guess, can be cold. If you got in the upper parts of Maine or, in the northwest corner of Vermont, way up near the Canadian border. Yeah, I suppose it gets cold up in those places. But I live in southeastern Massachusetts. So it's south of Boston, and this whole area down here, I think because of the way that the Gulf Coast travels up along the coast, along the south side of Cape Cod, and then it leaves the Atlantic Ocean to head off to England from Cape Cod. It regulates the temperature in this area. And southeastern New England, Connecticut, Rhode Island, southern Massachusetts, southeastern Massachusetts, if we hit zero, I mean, that's extreme for us. To go below zero, occasionally I've seen it go as low as 15 below zero, but we've been living here 40 years, and to go below zero, I think in 40 years, I've probably seen it do that 2 times, 3 times in 40 years. So, I mean, how frequently do we really get that cold? It's not that bad. So, all in all, what I'm saying is, I love this place, and I like to share it. I like making videos. This is just for fun. I don't make a dime doing this. Like, I'm not even monetized. I don't even, if I could get maybe 100,000 subscribers down on my channel, which I doubt, because right now I have 8, it's like, and most of them are my family. So, but if you want to join, if you want to subscribe, that's awesome. Maybe at some point in time, if you want to buy me a cup of coffee or something, that'd be cool. I don't have a Patreon page set up. I don't have any way for you to send me any money, so I'm not even asking for that. But this is what I like. This is my home. I want to show you around my home. That's what I want. I want to do that. I want to show you how beautiful this place is. From a native, somebody that's been here all my life. I've never lived anywhere else. I don't really have any interest in living anywhere else. I've been to Texas. I've been to a lot of different places. But yeah, they're all nice. I'm not degrading anything anywhere in the country. There's beautiful places all over this country, but this one is mine. This is my home. I'm the New England Yankee. I'm welcoming you here to come and enjoy and just explore and look around, and I'll show you where I live. And so, welcome and come along for the journey. Let's go explore.